ACT,
ION.
Action Sports, week number 3, NFL football 2020.
NFL, baby, Captain. We've seen 2 weeks. It's good to see some things, seeing some injuries, seeing teams which are really bad. We're starting to figure out which teams are bad, which teams are okay, and which teams are good. And this week, Captain, I think we got some good picks for you. Last week we went 2-2. Started off 0-2, Captain. I got to tell you, I was sweating it. But
Okay. Now, I went 1-1 last week, but I've been 2-2 for 2 weeks. And the reason why is what I did last week, okay? So let's take a look at what I told you to do to pay the rent last week, and we'll come right back after that. Now, my 10-unit play, my first 10-unit play of the year, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm going to do 10 units with the points, and I'm going to bet 5 units on the money line. That's how strong this play is.
hey, Captain, great call last week. That 10-unit play got me back ahead last week, so great call. Let's get to this week. Week 3 of the NFL. Who do you got? Who do you like?
Another 10-unit play. We're going to start off with Pittsburgh Steelers at home against a woeful Houston team. They're coming up giving 190 yards on the average rushing defense. They have a woeful offense. They still haven't grasped the loss of Hopkins. So I'm all over Pittsburgh. Minus the 4, 10-unit play all day long. Tommy, who do you like?
Hey, Captain, I'm in the same game. I was kind of looking at that Steelers, too. I like that play, too, minus 4. But the other play I really like is the under here. Under 45 points in this game.
I could see that.
Both of these defenses have great defenses, and who you got to think about are the Watt brothers. T.J. Watt, 2.5 sacks last week, and J.J. Watt over in Houston had 2 sacks last week. These guys are going to be the key to the defenses. And you know what? Pittsburgh's defense is 6th in the NFL, 1st against the run, and David Johnson really has not been doing much since he got there. This offense needs to get going. You know, since Hopkins has left, they haven't done much. Watson is a good quarterback. Let's remember they did win the AFC South last year, Captain, and they did face 2 tough teams to start the season.
Not this
KC
week.
and Baltimore. They lost 33-16 and 34-20 in that game.
Not this
Steelers
week.
have a better defense, so I'm going to go on the under, Captain. Under 45 points. I see this being... I think it's going to be kind of a lot of running. I don't think the pass game in Houston has really quite got there, so I'm going on the under here. Under 45 points, Steelers versus the Texans. Captain's likes minus 4 for the Steelers. Might be a parlay to look at. All right, let's go on. Who's your next pick, Cap?
I'm going to the afternoon game. I'm taking the Arizona Cardinals. I think Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, that team is really gelling together. I'm looking for Kenyon Drake to have a huge game against a woeful pass rushing defense for Detroit. Their linebackers and their secondary pick and choose. They've just given up a ton of points recently. I think this is a walkover game. You may get a backdoor cover, but I don't think so. I think Arizona could be 5-0 after their first 5 games. Let's see if I'm right.
Hey, Captain, I agree with you again, man. That's the second time I agree with you. I do like Cardinals minus 5.5 too, but I'm also looking at the over here. It did open up at 51 points. Now I have it at 54.5. If you get up to 54.5, 55.5, might be the play. It is moving, but there's a lot of reason why. And let me tell you, Kyler Murray is a monster. This guy is a true stud. He has 3 rushing touchdowns this year, 3+ 20-yard runs. And DeAndre Hopkins joins the team. Wow, this team looks pretty solid. Murray could be a solid MVP candidate this year. Now let's take a look at Detroit. Why I like the over? Because wide receiver Galladay is coming back for Stafford. Stafford he pats the stats at the end of the game. When they're down, they are just chucking the ball. Matt Patricia is a bad coach. I don't know how he's still in Detroit. But you know what? I like this game to go over because Detroit's going to have to play catch up. And I just see Stafford just throwing the ball all day long. So I'm going over 54.5 points here. Detroit versus Arizona, Cap.
Okay, guys, just one thing. I'm talking about a BR. That's a bankroll. You have a $1,000 bankroll. 80% of your action goes towards flat plays. Always play flat plays. 20%, no more than a 3-team parlay. Otherwise, you're losing money. And I'm telling you, we're going to give you these little snippets of love, as we like to call it, over the year. There's the call now. We'll talk to you later. ACT.
ION.
Action Bets.